Good morning, everyone. Today, for those of you that would like to attend my advanced math class, we are going to be learning something new and exciting. Quarter hour. Now, sometimes I think you've heard your moms and dads say, "Hurry up, it's a quarter till 2." Or sometimes they say, "Hurry up, get ready for the bus. It's a quarter after 8." Have you heard those words before? Sure you have. Now, I brought a dollar bill with me, and I'm going to show you where we get that word called quarter. All right? A dollar is worth how many quarters, everybody? Right, a dollar is worth 4 quarters, okay? All right, keep that in your head because that's a very important thing to know. Now I'm going to go back to my clock, and I know you're all wondering, what does a dollar have to do with the clock? All right, I took this clock and I cut it up just like a big pizza pie. All right, I cut it in half going down, and I cut it in half going across. Now I'm going to take my money and we're going to pretend my clock is a dollar bill. Okay? How many quarters? And that's what these fractions of the pizza pie are called. They're quarters. How many quarters are on the clock? Great, there are 4 quarters on the face of a clock. This is a quarter. From 3 to 6 is a quarter. From 6 to 9 is a quarter. And from 9 to 12 is the other quarter. Okay, I just want that to sink in for a moment. Now, if my hands are straight up, and I'm going to go back to this one. When the hand is pointing up, then you know it's 9 o'clock. Okay? So we don't need to say quarter for when the hand goes up. But when the hand goes around and it's pointing down, it must be half past 9 o'clock. It must be 9:30. Okay, so I don't need to say a quarter here. What 2 numbers do I need a quarter? Correct. I need a quarter for there when it's on the 9, and I need a quarter for there. Now, I want you to zoom in real close. It's got a 15. Now, I know quarters are worth 25, but that's not really what I want you to think about. I want you to think about that there are 4 quarters in an hour, okay? If my clock goes to here, that's a quarter. That means it's a quarter after whatever time the boss is saying. If I do 2 quarters, then I'm half past. We don't say 2 quarters past, we just say half past. This part, when the clock gets right up there, then I know that we only have 1 more quarter until the next hour. Okay? Does that make any sense to you? Yeah, quarter after, and this one right here is quarter till. Now this is the tricky one because now the boss doesn't say his own name. We're going to pretend the boss is trying to get us to get right back up to o'clock. What's the next hour that we're jumping to? Okay, so I'm going to get out this clock. This would be 10:15, which is a quarter after 10, correct. Half past 10 is 10:30. And if we get up to the 9, do you see it's a 45, okay? That means we have 15 minutes until the next hour. And I'll just prove that to you by counting. 5, 10, 15. Remember, 15 minutes is equal to a quarter. So what time would this be? It's not a quarter after, it's a quarter until. Do you see what time? It's almost 11. So if I'm right here, and we know that we have someplace to go at 11, we've all heard Mom say, hurry up, it's a quarter till 11. That means you have 15 minutes until the hour, okay? Quarter after 11, half past 11, and now it's a quarter till 12. Good job. It's also 11:45. Okay, but you have heard lots of adults, they like to use the word quarter, and you will too. Okay? All right. We've learned about times like this, 6 o'clock. We know the half past, 6:30. And now we've learned about 9:15, which is a quarter after 9. And we've also learned about the 45, 7:45. And what would we say? Most people would say it's a quarter till, and we're not going to stay on the 7. What is the next hour? The next hour is 8. So 7:45, we could also say a quarter till 8. All right, now I'm going to show you 2 more times. We have a 2:20 on the digital. Now we're going to try to figure out what 2:20 is, okay? And this one's new. All right, first I'm going to get my boss to be on the 2. All right, that's 2 o'clock. How do we show 2:20? And if you want to pause the video and go get your clocks, you could help me out, okay? All right, 2:20. All right, we're just going to count by 5s until we get to the minutes that are worth 20. Okay, here we go. 2 o'clock. We're at 2:00. 2:05. Oh, that's a great number. 2:10, 2:15, and 2:20. And if you zoom in real close, can you see that the 4 is actually counting by 5s? And it gives us the minutes of 20. This is 2:20. Okay? And remember how when we first were in first grade, one of our first math lessons, and I know you know this because I preach this every day, you can be so good at math because all you have to do is know how to count. Good job. All right, 2:30, 2:45, or a quarter till 3, and presto changeo, we're back up at 3. Now we're going to try this one. This one is a really weird one. We're going to go to the 5 o'clock hour, so 5 o'clock, and we need to find 48 minutes. All right, there's 5:15, 5:30, 5:35, 5:40, 5:45. But we need it to be on 5:48. What should we do? Well, now we're just going to go little by little. 46, 47, 48. And this is the time. 5:48. Now I'm going to show you. I have a clock that helps me out at the bottom. 5:48. We did it. Now what time is it almost getting to? Right, it's almost 6 o'clock. So if we were back on this number, what would your parents say? Hey, It's a quarter till 6. Good job. Now, I'm going to show you the bottom again. Do you see that I have a PM and I have AM? Does everybody know what AM and PM? That separates our day. Remember, our clock always has to go around 2 times, especially for an analog, okay? It goes around, and then it goes around again. And what's 12 plus 12? Right, 24. And we learned that the first day that we were talking about clocks. There are 24 hours in a clock. It goes around 2 times. We start with AM. Now, as you can see, 12 o'clock in the morning is actually midnight, because the next number is 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Do you see how we keep going in the morning? Even though the actual morning starts right after midnight, okay? It goes around, and then we hit noon, okay? And that's when we jump to PM, because now it's right in the middle of the day, but 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, when we're getting ready to go home from school, that's actually PM. A lot of us eat dinner at 5 or 6 o'clock PM. If it was 6 o'clock AM, most of you would still be in bed, right? Remember, the sun comes up in the morning, and this is when our moon would come out, okay, for PM and AM. Thank you for joining me. I hope you had fun with the quarter hour.